Welcome to At the Cottage with me, ChefD, where we're going to be talking to Stuart Brown, the Scotch Ambassador for Canada. Join me, won't you?
ChefD, come back!
So I've been waiting for this episode for a long time now. We're going to take it up a whole nother level here at the Cottage. I brought a great friend of mine, Stuart Brown from the Scotch Experience, and we're going to talk Scotch. A little background.
Sure.
Well, first of all, welcome.
And nice seeing you.
Good seeing you. It's so good to have you here.
Glad to be here.
Is that Stuart and I worked together when I was the executive chef of Weber's, and you were serving and I was cooking, and we kind of hit it off.
Yep.
And then we're on a hill, a mountain actually, in Fernie, right?
Oh, that's right.
BC Fernie?
That's right.
And you're emceeing the aerial mogul competition, and I'm
Yes.
doing the cooking for the athletes type thing.
That's right.
And so so we kind of hit it back, and he said, "Hey, would you ever think about doing a Scotch pairing?" And I went, "No, but yes." Again, because it's such a big flavor, and I was a little bit intimidated at first about when Stuart first asked me. So again, welcome, and you brought some different scotches with you, didn't you?
I bought 3 different regions of Scotland for you to try and pair up and use your expertise and all that Rolodex recipe cards you got going to see what you can bring together. Okay, because we basically have a lowland whiskey just out of Glasgow, and it's called Auchentoshan.
Auchentoshan.
I should have actually tried to get you to actually say what that is.
He does this all the time when we do pairing dinners. Auchentoshan.
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 Auchentoshan. Okay, don't worry about it. Don't hurt yourself. The second one we're going to go to is actually out of Speyside, the most heavily populated area of Scotland for scotches. And it's a wonderful distillery called Cardew, which is where I got trained in.
Okay.
And then the final one is coming in from Islay. It's a smoky one. It's going to be anything coming. There's about 8 distilleries on the island of Islay, and this is going to give you a little bit more oakiness, a little bit more smokiness coming underneath it. And this is really going to push your development to see where you want to go with it.
So everybody, when they're thinking Scotch, they're thinking it's peaty, it's really smoky. It's not like that, is it?
No, you'll see with the range that we're doing. Most of the time, if you go West Coast, that's when it's going to get a little bit on the smoky side. But the biggest difference between Irish whiskey and Scotch whiskey is the introduction of peat.
Okay.
Now, it will vary from different regions, and the smokier ones will be more West Coast.
And sorry, for those who don't know, what is peat?
Peat is actually, believe it or not, decaying vegetation, and through hundreds of thousands of years becomes almost like a fossil fuel. Okay. It's introduced into the drying process of the barley. They used to use opal furnaces in a kiln where they dry the barley. It's already been malted. And what they want to do is they want to add peat into it, because the more the peat they add into the burn, the more smoke is produced. Okay. The more smoke that's produced, as you know, gets absorbed into the drying barley, and that is then called a peated barley. It's also measured in phenol counts. So the higher the
what counts?
Phenols.
We're going way over my head.
Okay, but basically, it's you're looking along the lines that the higher the number is, the more smokier it's going to be. Okay. So we're looking at a Bowmore, you're looking probably around a 30. If you're looking at Lagavulin, it's about a 35. You're looking at Ardbeg, it's about a 40. If you want to go deep, I mean really deep, Brut Lottie's Octomore, 242 parts per million.
Whew, that would be it would stay on your tongue for a while.
You taste it tomorrow. So there you go.
Okay, well, let's get tasting, because we're going to try it. We're going to pair up some food for you that you can actually do at your cottage. And just want to let you know that these scotches are not crazy expensive, are they?
No, one thing I like showing people is how you can get into Scotch drinking for a reasonable amount of money. You don't have to go deep. So this one is the Auchentoshan. It's a lowland whiskey. It's just out of Glasgow.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, take a nose. And I'm interested because of your aspect, because you're a chef, and literally the way your mind works around flavor profiles. What would you try pairing with this particular Scotch? Because you're going to get light fruits out of this. You're going to get vanillas. You're going to get pears. You're going to get that sort of idea. It's triple distilled, so what it does is allows the light flavors to really pop through on the what is called the middle still to give you that flavor profile. What do you get?
I'm getting citrus.
Good.
And then I get caramel, right? That caramel
Toffees.
finish.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And I get a little bit of heat. from the alcohol, but it's not overpowering by any stretch.
No, it's a little bit of a spice in the back of the throat, right? Almost like it's not cinnamony, but it's got that little bit of a spice kick in the back. What do you think of that one?
Oh, I love that one.
Do you need a moment?
Yeah. But okay,
Yep.
for the second taste,
Yeah.
now I got more of the smoky flavor at the back of my throat.
Okay, little waft. Little waft.
At the end, but not right away. Like it didn't come across right away. It just kind of finished and out it went.
Exactly. Now you have to remember, whenever you drink anything, if you're drinking wines, you're drinking spirits, you're drinking anything, because I know you love your wines, the first sip is going to program your palate.
Okay.
The second sip defines the flavor.
Great.
So remember that anytime you...
Okay, so then this one here, I'm thinking pork tenderloin. Bacon wrapped pork tenderloin?
Ooh.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, my oohs are good.
Okay, good. So bacon wrapped pork tenderloin, we're going to serve it with cauliflower that we're actually going to poach in cream and mascarpone cheese.
Oh, that'd be
And a
great.
little bit of garlic, just a little bit just to finish it.
Right.
And then we're going to actually use that sauce over top of the pork.
Yeah, because you don't want to overtake the whiskey. No. Whiskey doesn't need to overtake your dish, right? That's the idea behind it.
That's why I thought a little bit, because with a little bit of that last little bit of smoke, I thought the bacon will go really well with that.
Bacon goes great with everything.
You're right.
Okay.
So the second one.
Second one. This is actually what they call Cardew. Funny enough, this is the one interesting fact about this. It was the very first distillery ever started by a woman.
Wow.
Yes. It actually opened up, they opened it up in about 1811. 1824 is when they got their license. So whenever you take a look, and you take a look at a whiskey and it has an age on it, like not an age on the age one, it says 1779 or 1824. That's when it got the license in order to produce.
Okay.
So they were probably producing before that, but the king wanted his money.
Yeah.
So you're a distillery, you're producing, I'm the king, I come to you and say, chef, you have to pay me.
Okay.
Okay, so that's basically what happens. But this is, Helen Cumming is the very first woman to ever run a distillery. She decorated it up like a bakery. I know you make great breads. Can you imagine actually having a still in the back and people walking up? And that's the idea behind it all.
Okay.
And then between her and her daughter-in-law, Elizabeth, they actually ran the distillery until 1893. And that's when they sold it to Johnny Walker's son, Alexander. And that's how it all started for Walker.
Wow.
Because
Okay,
it's the first distillery I ever did. This one's different.
Right. I smell a little bit of honey.
Oh, right off the bat. Right off the bat.
Wow.
Sweet.
Yes.
Heathers.
Yes.
Honey.
Yes.
You're getting wonderful, almost like a little bit of a toffee undertone to it. Almost like
Agreed.
like it's sticky underneath.
Yes, like a sticky toffee. Not,
Yeah, exactly.
no. Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
I know. So we're going to pair this up
With?
a little bit of chocolate custard.
Okay.
And some fresh blueberries and raspberries.
Ooh, I love the fruit.
Okay.
The fruit with this one is going to be dynamite with
Do you
this.
think chocolate will overpower it?
Chocolate's like bacon.
Okay. Gotcha.
Goes with everything.
You're not getting this one back. This is really good.
It is.
And surprising, again, no smoky,
No.
you know?
No, that's the great thing about this whiskey, and I have a lot of people actually haven't tried it for a while, and then they come back to it, and they say, I'm amazed on this flavor profile. It's so great to come back to this type of whiskey.
Oh, more toffee on the second one.
Yeah, see, second sip. Defines it. And I actually learned that from a friend of mine who was Brian Van Flanders. He was the global ambassador for Don Julio Tequila. And he actually said to me, he said, look, you have to remember that when you taste something, first sip is going to program, second is going to define. There you go. Next one.
Bullmore.
Okay, you ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
This is a big, bolder one. This has actually got a little bit more flavor. Now, West Coast whiskeys knows this is where the peat comes into effect. The peat in this one?
Right away.
Campfire.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And that's what
we're at the cottage.
Well, this is the perfect place to do it.
Okay. See? Now, I get more like a medicine type.
A little bit medicinal.
And then boom with the smoke.
But get the sweetness out of this.
Oh, yeah.
You get this almost like a sherry base undertone. This full, almost steeped fruit. Not as jammy, but it's not as big as jammy, or it could get maybe along the lines of marmalade. Maybe something along that. But this is the nice thing about this particular whiskey, because it has that smoke, it has that oak, but then all of a sudden it has this wonderful sweetness undertone.
And not harsh, but
no,
like not hard, not harsh. No.
No.
Okay, we're gonna make a charcuterie board with this. We're going to have
the
a whole
smokiness
bunch,
of it.
all this, and some rich cheeses.
Right.
Some hard cheeses, not soft cheeses. And I think this is going to just beautiful.
Aged cheese?
Aged cheese.
Oh, good way to go.
Okay.
Good way. Very defined flavor profile.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay, I got some work to do.
No kidding.
Okay, I'm going to go do some cooking. You'll come back at the end of the show?
Are you kidding me? I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, brother. Oh, quickly, one last thing.
What?
Water in Scotch. Like some people, put
Oh, yeah, that's a really good point.
because I like putting little ice in my rum.
Yep.
Can you put water in Scotch?
Technically, the water you want to use, and this is the tough part, okay, you use water, but you only use a drop of water. Because if you add too much water, it waters down the whiskey. Okay, there's an easy way to fix that, okay?
Yeah.
Add more whiskey. Okay, good. Right. But ice cubes, a lot of people want to add ice cubes. And I add ice to my blended scotches. I don't add them to a single malt whiskey.
Okay.
Because ice, as you know, freezes. It pulls flavors in, right? So what you do is you literally freeze it. But if you want to put an ice cube in it because you like it a little bit opened up, which that's what water does, it's like walking outside after it rains. I mean, you can smell everything. You can smell the grass, the trees, the asphalt, the dirt, the bark. So it'll amplify it. So let the ice melt. It chills it ever so slightly, but it opens it up. So let the ice melt. So put your ice cube in there, go wander away for a little bit. Come back to it, and it'll be beautiful.
Okay, perfect. I'll see you at the end of the show.
I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. So as Stuart was mentioning, we're going to be pairing, I'm not even going to try it. I'm really not going to try it. And this is my favorite A Scotch. And we're going to pair it with our Nutrifarms pork tenderloin. So this is pasture-raised pork tenderloin. Absolutely fantastic. Now, whenever you do pork tenderloin, there's always a silver skin on it. You can ask your butcher to take it off for you, or you can take it off yourself. So I'm just using a paring knife just to make a point that you can do it really easily like this. And then always when you cut towards you always just want to lift it up. And then you see the silver skin right in front here. You're just going to take your knife underneath, just gently underneath, run it across away from you. Last little piece towards you. And we're going to finish one more. You're going to see underneath. Take it all the way down. One more time. Just like so. And that's going to eliminate any of the harder bite that you don't want to have, because this is a perfectly tender cut of meat. Just remember, it doesn't move in the animal, so it's very, very tender. Then we have some amazing Nutrifarms smoked bacon, and this is a naturally hardwood smoked, so it's going to pair really nicely. And also too, whenever you're looking for bacon, you want to make sure that is a hardwood, not just a smoked or not just a liquid smoke. You want the hardwood, you want the old school, and away we go. So we have 4 pieces here. We're going to take our pork tenderloin and take our 4 pieces of bacon, and we're just going to slowly roll it together. Sometimes it's easier than other times. Just like so. And again, you just want, press a little bit firmer on the pork as we're rolling the bacon around. And there you have it. And then you sit it on the last fold so it doesn't come apart. And we're going to take it, and with the magic of TV and my good friend Chef Kira coming over and helping me, we have a bunch more already done for us. Now, we're going to put it in a 375 convection oven, or if you don't want to use the oven, you put it on the barbecue. If you're putting it on the barbecue, make sure you put it on the top grate, and away you go. And you can put it in a beautiful oven-safe pan, just like what we have. If you're going to put it on the barbecue and not use a pan and the bacon grease is going to drip down, you want to have something underneath so it doesn't flare up, because you don't want that smell. You want it not to burn. You want it to be cooked nicely. And then don't forget, pork can be eaten medium. So 140, 145 if you want to go to 150. Buy yourself a meat thermometer. It's the best investment ever. And away we go.